My name is Rujzul Fritz. I am an adult currently working at a store specialized in Halloween items. The store was previously owned by my uncle, a very eccentric man, who died in 2021. He would spend the whole year dressed in Halloween costumes, changing them daily. With some having extreme requirements I prefer not to mention, he has been ostracized by the whole family. Since he developed that habit, therefore, I was the only one he remained close to before his death, and the only option for ownership of the store after his demise. From that point, I opted for diversification and changed many policies for the store, especially when it came to the merchandise. Why focusing on Halloween only while there are many celebrations in a year? I chose diversification of merchandise and managed to increase profit, knowing that my uncle would not stop me from doing so with his rigid ideas and nonsensical stories. Or so I thought. You see, my uncle strongly believed in the supernatural. When I asked him about his strange behaviors, he took long to open up to me, but ultimately recognized that he had nobody else to talk to concerning those things, at least at that moment. Before his death, from a post I read on this sub, he shared those revelations with a young boy called Derek in order to help him today. I wish I could have taken him more seriously. The day before, I arrived at the shop in the morning expecting to spend a chill time as on Sunday. I closed very early. Everything seemed normal at first until I checked the stock area and found the other celebrations. Items reduced to ashes. There was no trace of forced entry, no trace of fire whatsoever. But the items were destroyed, except for the Halloween ones which were on display according to the current season. No need to tell you that I could not sell anything that day. Instead, I closed after the police did everything they had to do and went back home, not knowing what to think or do. As soon as I passed the entrance door, I heard loud bangs coming from the basement, series of 3 bangs separated by several seconds. It was not happening for the first time. Once more, I decided to investigate, ready to defend myself and persuaded that this could not be the behavior of a robber. I made my way down the stairs while the banging continued, growing softer the more I approached. The noises came from an old cupboard all the way in the back of the dimly lit room. I slowly walked up to it while the bangs turned into knocks, so soft and barely audible, as if the person inside knew that I stood right in front of the cupboard. I picked up a small plank of wood on the floor and looked at the big mirror on my left. I touched one handle of the cupboard door and nodded to myself in the mirror, ready to open it and face what lied inside, but before I could so, "Why?" I heard from inside. The scream I let out was brief and uncontrolled as I jumped backwards in fear. Then holding the plank with both hands, Rujzul, "Why? I thought I could trust you. Why did you betray me?" The familiar voice of my uncle questioned. "Uncle. Unc, this isn't real." "No," I spoke. "I told you not to sell anything other than Halloween. But even before my death, you disobeyed me behind my back. Now I'm dead because of you. Why, Rujzul? Just why? Why? W-H-Y, 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 W-H-Y. The voice spoke from inside, while a pool of blood emerged from the bottom of the cupboard. The cupboard shook from the inside, until what was hiding burst out of the old furniture. I saw a very old wizard Halloween costume worn by my uncle back in 2014 literally fly towards me. In that split moment of fear and panic, I caught a glimpse of the mirror and saw a lady wearing the costume, as if she tried to conceal her identity. The mirror shattered when I saw her. I then fell on the floor while protecting myself from the shards, and ended up unconscious at the mercy of the lady. I woke up hours later in the dark and immediately ran upstairs. Unaware of the location of the old costume, my uncle was not telling me cooked-up stories. I recognized the lady in the mirror, and the importance of all the things he told me as well as the notes he had left for me to keep. I ran to the bathroom to look at my face, and to check if I was marked. Fortunately, I was not. However, I could not understand why and how that was happening before Halloween. Derek, there is a lot more to those spirits than just what my uncle showed you. During your meeting with him and his notes, please, before you decide to help that girl, let us meet first instead of jumping into a situation that may quickly get out of control. I do not know what will happen to me today or tomorrow, or if I will get marked like you guys. I left you direct messages as well and hope that I will still be alive by the time you reply. Overall, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe now for new upcoming horrific horror stories. And you can tell me in the comments section, what would you like to want me? Tell me whatever you want. Like stories, paranormal activities, and suggest some horrific videos which I watch. And make a content based on video you prefer.